For thousands of years, humanity has been shaping its environment to survive, adapt, and eventually thrive. One of the most pivotal innovations in human history is clothing, something so integral to our daily lives that we often overlook its origins. But have you ever wondered how early humans first began crafting garments? The answer lies in one of the oldest and most fascinating artifacts ever discovered, a 50,000-year-old sewing needle. This small, delicate tool represents one of the first significant steps in human ingenuity, revealing how our ancestors mastered survival in harsh climates and even expressed their creativity through fashion. The oldest sewing needle, a window into the past. In 2016, archaeologists excavating the Denisova cave in Siberia made an astonishing discovery, an ancient needle, complete with an eye for threading. This needle, believed to be around 50,000 years old, predates the arrival of modern Homo sapiens in the region and was likely crafted by the Denisovans, an ancient human species closely related to both Neanderthals and modern humans. The needle's craftsmanship suggests that early humans had already developed sophisticated sewing techniques. But why was this discovery so significant? It provided concrete evidence that humans and our relatives were not just wrapping themselves in animal hides for warmth, but were stitching materials together to create more tailored and effective clothing. This seemingly simple tool hinted at a cultural and technological leap that allowed early humans to expand into colder and more challenging environments. Why clothing was a game changer. Before the invention of sewn garments, early humans relied on animal skins and furs to protect themselves from harsh weather. However, these coverings had limitations. They were bulky, difficult to wear for long periods, and offered minimal mobility. The ability to craft fitted garments using needles allowed for better insulation, comfort, and even aesthetic expression. This simple innovation gave early humans a significant survival advantage, particularly as they migrated to colder regions like Europe and Asia during the Ice Age. Moreover, the ability to sew clothing meant that humans could experiment with different materials, such as plant fibers and woven textiles. This opened the door to cultural diversity in fashion, allowing different groups to develop unique styles and patterns that reflected their identities. How early humans created clothing. The process of making early clothing was labor-intensive and required a deep understanding of available materials. Here's how early humans went from raw materials to wearable garments. 1. Hunting and gathering materials. Before sewing became a common practice, early humans used animal skins for warmth. Hunting animals such as mammoths, deer, and bears not only provided food, but also yielded hides and furs that could be used for clothing. In warmer regions, people relied more on plant-based materials, such as woven grasses and bark fibers. 2. Tanning and softening. Fresh animal hides were tough and would decay quickly if not properly treated. Early humans developed tanning methods using natural elements like animal brains, tree bark, and smoke to soften and preserve the skins. This process ensured that the leather remained flexible and durable. 3. The introduction of bone and ivory needles. While Denisovans may have crafted the first known sewing needle, humans across different regions independently developed their own variations. Needles were made from bone, ivory, or even sharpened wood. Some of the earliest needles found in other locations, like China and Europe, date back 30,000 to 40,000 years. These needles were used to stitch together materials using plant fibers, animal sinew, or leather strips. 4. Early sewing techniques. Sewing techniques at the time were simple but effective. Early humans used a basic running stitch to hold materials together, much like modern hand stitching. Over time, they developed more refined techniques, allowing them to create fitted garments that provided better protection against the elements. A real-life example, the Iceman's wardrobe. One of the most fascinating discoveries that shed light on early clothing is Otzi the Iceman, a 5,300-year-old mummy found in the Alps in 1991. His exceptionally preserved body provided a glimpse into the sophisticated garments of prehistoric humans. Otzi's attire included a well-stitched coat made of multiple animal hides, leggings, a loincloth, and even shoes crafted from woven grass and leather. His clothing was designed for warmth and mobility, showcasing how advanced early humans had become in tailoring their garments to their needs. Otzi's discovery confirmed that ancient people weren't just wrapping themselves in furs. They were crafting complex, multi-layered outfits. This level of craftsmanship underscores the importance of the sewing needle as a revolutionary tool that helped humans conquer extreme climates. Clothing beyond survival, a cultural evolution. As early humans mastered sewing, clothing evolved beyond mere survival. It became a form of self-expression, social status, and even spirituality. Certain cultures began to decorate their garments with beads, shells, and dyes derived from plants and minerals. This shift marked the beginning of fashion as we know it today. For example, indigenous groups in North America developed intricate beadwork and embroidery techniques, turning their clothing into art. Similarly, early African civilizations used brightly colored fabrics and woven textiles to signify tribal identity and rank. This progression from functional clothing to decorative fashion highlights how a simple tool, like a sewing needle, laid the foundation for the diverse clothing traditions we see across the world today. The enduring legacy of the sewing needle. The discovery of the 50,000-year-old sewing needle is more than just an archaeological find. It's a testament to human ingenuity. This tiny tool represents one of the first major leaps in technological advancement, enabling our ancestors to survive in new environments, express their creativity, and build cultural identities. Today, sewing needles may seem like a small part of our daily lives, but they remain essential in fashion, medicine, and even space exploration. From the hands of Denisovan artisans to modern designers shaping haute couture, the humble needle continues to weave the story of human progress. Next time you thread a needle, take a moment to appreciate the thousands of years of history behind it. That simple tool in your hand is not just for mending clothes. It's a symbol of survival, creativity, and innovation that has shaped the course of human history.